National Conference leader Omar Abdullah said he thinks the execution of 2001 Parliament attack convict Afzal Guru served no purpose. He also said that the erstwhile Jammu and Kashmir government would not have approved Afzal Guru's hanging. He also said, and I quote, "Evidence has shown us time and again, it may not be in India but in other countries, that you have executed people and found that you were wrong." Afzal Guru was executed at Delhi's Tihar jail on the 9th of February 2013 for plotting the December 13th, 2001 attack on the Parliament House, and he was buried inside the jail complex. Mohammad Afzal Guru was a Kashmiri terrorist who was convicted for his role in the 2001 Indian Parliament attack. He received a death sentence for his involvement, which was upheld by the Indian Supreme Court following the rejection of a mercy petition by the President of India. He was executed on the 9th of February in 2013. His body was buried within the precincts of Delhi's Tihar jail. He was a member of Pakistan-based Deobandi terrorist organization Jaish-e-Mohammed. We'll talk about this. We'll try and in fact take out threads of what Mr. Omar Abdullah has said with our guest. Joining us on the show to talk more about this important conversation is Jasmine Sandhavalia, BJP spokesperson. Ravindra Sharma, Congress spokesperson, also joins us on the program. Ifra Jan, JKNC spokesperson, joining us on the platform here as well. Last but not the least, Brigadier Rajan Jamwal, defense expert, with us on the show as well. Ifra, I'll begin with you. First of all, do you think that what Mr. Omar Abdullah is trying to say here is more to do with capital punishment and less perhaps to do with Afzal Guru?
You see, when the journalist asked him the question, she said, "Are you against capital punishment?" He said, "We are very clearly against capital punishment because it's something." I'll tell you why we are against capital punishment, and this will also link to Afzal Guru's case. In Afzal Guru's case, what happened was the Supreme Court itself very clearly said that the evidence against Afzal Guru was circumstantial, but the evidence was enough. The Supreme Court said there's enough evidence, but it's circumstantial. Once you execute a person, whether it's Afzal Guru or anybody else for that matter, the case closes and then there is no further power the court has to eventually reopen the case if new evidence emerges. In Afzal Guru's case, for instance, Afzal Guru had written a letter to the Supreme Court saying that there was a police officer, Devinder Singh, and this police officer had forced him to take bombs and whatever to the Delhi, and it was under torture by this police officer. He did that. Interestingly, when Afzal Guru wrote this letter, nobody took cognizance of this letter, even though it was public, and no investigation was done. Interestingly, this same police.
Okay, Ifra, we lost you. There seems to be a problem with your frame. Let me, in fact, get a reaction from what you said from Jasmine Sandhavalia. Jasmine ji, if you can hear me.
You know, it is very ironic.
Yeah, well, first let me put into context what Ifra was trying to say. She's saying that capital punishment closes all doors to further investigation and further search on what the crux of that particular problem was, and that is why it's being objected to by Omar Abdullah. It's not a political statement. It's a logical statement, is what I gather from what Ifra said.
I don't think so. It's a logical statement. It is a logical statement to a certain extent, but I would conclude that the statement has been made in a very politically motivated way. What Mr. Omar Abdullah is trying to do is that he is trying to raise up the boogie of fanatism in the Kashmir Valley, knowing that the NC only has a limited influence in Kashmir Valley, and they are creating that boogie, and he has to understand that even when he has made a statement today that during the next 5 years, even if Congress and NC make a government, they will not be able to abrogate the 370 article. Now, what is happening here is that Omar Abdullah and Farooq Abdullah are actually trying in a desperate attempt to come to power. They are least bothered what is going to happen to the children of Kashmir and Jammu. They are advocating, they are raising up an issue which is long dead and done with, And here we are trying to say that Kashmir is an eternal part of India, and from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, India is one, and only one constitution of this country is going to be ruled here. And I end my case on that.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's also get in Mr. Ravinder Sharma to, voice his opinion on what he thinks Omar Abdullah is trying to say. Well, this also has, Mr. Sharma, a lot to do with the courts, right? He may disagree with capital punishment, but this also involves the highest offices in our country. Mr. Sharma?
For me and for Congress party, it was yes. Are you hearing me?
I can hear you now, sir. Go ahead.
Hello.
Go ahead, sir.
So, for me and for the Congress party, it was the conviction done by the Honorable Supreme Court, and finally, when he was convicted, it was the natural consequence of the rule of law established in this country, and there should be no question of any politics from this. Omar Abdullah can have his own views about the capital punishment or views on the outcome of the conviction, but the question is, once a person is found guilty, finally, and by the apex court of the country, he has to undergo the punishment awarded to him. So in accordance with law, he was punished and he had to go to the gallows. So I think there is nothing wrong, because you have to establish the rule of law.
Do you think Mr. Abdullah is trying to politicize this, ahead of the elections in Jammu and Kashmir?
He has his own right to make comments on any issue which comes before him. So it is for him to decide what he has to say. He was Chief Minister of that time. Certainly state government may differ, but the question is, for the government of India and for the Congress party, it is the rule of law which had to be followed and which was followed in the matter. So matter ends there. He was found guilty in the apex ordered him the punishment, and he was given lot of justice, and ultimately the court and the rule of law did its job. So there could be some different opinion, but the rule of law had to be followed.
All right. All right, let me also get in Brigadier Rajan Jamwal into this. Brigadier Jamwal, thank you for being here, sir. So what do you recollect of this case, and do you think that this also is important in context to national security, and national security and politics should keep miles apart?
Absolutely. I mean, both of them should keep absolutely apart. Omar Abdullah has specifically said it solved no purpose. It served no purpose. Now, what is the purpose of any punishment? The purpose of any punishment is to deter future crime, deter, future incidents like that. Now, if not capital punishment, then what? Especially at the stage the country has been, from last about 3 decades, the terrorism and all. I mean, what punishment does he propose? I mean, which can deter such crimes? So the whole statement, that it served no purpose, I mean, itself, I find it political. I don't know what, and if case he's feeling so fanatical about it, on 9th February 2013 when he was hanged, I think it was, 2013, it was UPA government. Now why is in cahoot with that? I mean, why is having the other thing? He should ask that question too. He should have raised this issue with Rahul Gandhi at that time. I mean, this thing, and even now, he should have, when he came, he should have asked him what are his views on that. So I think this is all political, and that's it. Do you see what happens? The problem with the politicians is the national security is the last thing on their mind. They will do anything, say anything, if they think they can go on. I mean, if I know Kashmir, which I do know, right now all the mainstream parties are struggling. I mean, if you speak to the guy on street and this thing, they will vote anybody, but they may not vote for all the known faces. So you may find a whole lot of unknown faces coming this time, and Omar Abdullah also knows this. So probably, it is just to whip up those sentiments, whip up the frenzy, this thing, if I come, I will not have anybody being hanged, I will not let you go to prison, I will know you can get away with anything. I mean, what alternative is proposing? What alternative punishment is proposing? When he's saying, this thing, that deters crimes of this level. Just saying, this thing, the 100 other people will join. It is, you can't be held, you can't do nothing. Even if we go to prison, or somebody will get us out when we get our government. Now,
Okay.
what is the logic? What is the logic of the whole thing? I just fail to understand.
Okay, all right. Ifra is back with us. Ifra, we had lost your network in the middle, but of course the conversation continued. Let me sum it up for you. The panelists feel that this is a matter of national security. Capital punishment or no capital punishment has nothing to do with it. This also involves the highest offices in our country, which is the Supreme Court and the President's office. Omar Abdullah should not be undermining them in any which way, and this is being done so for political gains.
Number one, there is no holy cow in a democracy. In a democracy, you should be allowed to criticize and put forward views regarding whatever, in whichever way you want, as long as, of course, you're not saying, I am picking up a gun, but you should be allowed to pick up. In fact, Afzal Guru himself had lawyers, in fact, government lawyers fighting the case for him. That is the beauty of a democracy. Coming to where I had left, first thing first, why we are against capital punishment is that eventually we are not against capital punishment only for those involved in national security issues. We are against capital punishment for anybody because, as I said, it shuts door for further evidence. It shuts doors for any new investigation when there's always scope for new investigation. As I said in Afzal Guru's case, Afzal Guru had written a letter saying that it was a police officer, Devinder Singh, who had forced him to do that. The letter was not taken cognizance of, no investigation was done on letter, and everybody, in fact, Devinder Singh himself in one of the letters confessed to actually torturing Afzal Guru. Eventually, after Afzal Guru was executed 10 years later, this same police officer was found with 3 Hizbul Mujahideen terrorists in his car, and a lot of ammunition, including RDX, was found in his car. Currently, this officer Devinder Singh is in police custody, and he's of course been accused of serious charges, and the charge has been filed against him. This is what I mean when I say that whenever we execute somebody, we shut any door for new evidence coming in. Now, keeping this aside, one more thing. Now, keeping this aside, when we say that we are not for capital punishment for anybody, this is a matter of principle. Many political parties are against capital punishment. It does not mean like the BJP left out the rapists of Bilkis Bano. We are saying just let them free. It's not the BJP policy we are arguing. I mean, let's not forget, Bilkis Bano's rapist, he actually crushed her child's head was crushed. The child was 5 years old when he was killed. The BJP government actually let them out, saying that they are now good to go out of the jail. We are not really saying that we have to go to that level. We are just saying that is an extreme level. We are not saying...
Okay, all right. Let's get Sumit Peer. Sumit Peer, senior political commentator, also joins us on the show. Sumit, how do you respond to what Ifra has said? Obviously, she's also spoken about what happened to the people who were responsible to what happened with Bilkis Bano.
Look, Vineet,
we are talking about Omar Abdullah and the statements he's made about Afzal Guru, and he said that it's not about his guilt, it's not about what he did, it's about capital punishment. How do you interpret what he said?
It is the same set of people who said, let's talk to Pakistan, let's go to China. If they can go to China and ask help from Xi Jinping. So this is still a smaller statement. We want to keep Afzal Guru alive because we want him to make sure next time he succeeds in attacking the parliament and eliminating the parliament. We want to keep Burhan Wani alive because he can keep more people in uniform, which includes people from J&K police, army and RR. We want to keep Sabzar Bhatt alive because he can slaughter more people. We want to keep Riaz Naiku alive because he can slaughter more people. We want to keep stooges of ISI in Pakistan alive in the valley so that they can keep on killing poor people. 42,000 people dead, few thousand army men and policemen dead is not good. We want to have this pile go up. That is why we are against the capital punishment. We want to make everybody into a Yasin Malik. Then we want the Congress leaders to go and shake hands with them. And when he slaughtered people of Indian Air Force in cold blood, it's the apathy of this country where the Prime Minister of the country shaking hands with them. So we don't want capital punishment. We want to say...
Mr. Advani also had dialogue with our leader.
Vinit, Shankaracharya was made by Sri Shankaracharya ji. Right? We want to call Brahman. 5,000 years back, Shankaracharya was there. Hari Parbat will be called Kohemaran. That is what we want. So we want to change the complete narrative. We want to send army with hands tied up. We should even remove the APSA. So that they become string ducks. They should become the dartboards of jihadis. They should become the dartboards of terrorists. And it is when Omar Abdullah is defeated by separatist Rashid engineer by 1.5 lakh vote in Baramulla in his home constituency of Ganderbal. Ye tab ki halat hai. You see, this is tacit support for terror. This is tacit support for. So what are you saying? We should the terrorist who eliminated the ASI Afzal, I remember his daughter when she was crying. What should you do? You should let him go. The people who eliminate people in uniform, should we let him go? The people who eliminated Vibhuti Shankar Dondial, N.N. Rai, Colonel Sharma, Pawan Kumar, I can take so many names which are Hindu, Muslim, J&K police, army, RRS. What should we write to them? We should eliminate them. We should let them go. Theek hai bhai. There's no capital conversion.
Okay. Let's also let.
I want to make one point.
Yeah. I was coming to you, ma'am. Jasmine ji, go ahead.
You know, when the National Conference, Congress says, the spokesperson says that their party is against capital punishment, I do want to remind her that we are talking about
I have not said so,
Kashmir
madam.
We are talking about Kashmir here. We are saying that here is Omar Abdullah and Farooq Abdullah who are willing to go and talk to China, go and talk to Pakistan. They create a boogie that Pakistan is an ally of them. They want to actually just win this election, and it is such an immoral statement to say that we do not believe in capital punishment. You do not believe in capital punishment? Well, I definitely want to say something to you, sir. That is that under no circumstances can Kashmir be disintegrated from India, and capital punishment will stand in this country if there is terrorism, if anybody is trying to go against the constitution of this country. And I also want to say that Mr. Rahul Gandhi should definitely clarify his point and his policy on India. Does he support the constitution of India, or does he support the ideology of Omar Abdullah and Farooq Abdullah? They are in cahoots. The Congress and Farooq Abdullah's party are in cahoots, and they are just there to win an election. They care two hoots about this country.
Okay, let's get a response from Mr. Ravinder Sharma as well. He's been waiting to speak. Mr. Sharma, go ahead. Mr. Sharma, go ahead.
Yes, please. First of all, they should note that execution was done under the UPA government. So the question of raising questions on the Congress party is very unfortunate. They make irresponsible remarks. I should remind the political analyst that it was Deputy Prime Minister Al Kadwani who talked and showed photographs to the nation with the gun-building youth. So dialogue had been the policy of the democracy that in many parts of this country.
So there seems to be a problem with your video, sir. I want to go back to Ifra. Sir, we can't see your video. There's some problem with your network. Ifra, I want you to respond to what Sumit Peer said quickly.
Video is all right.
It's tragic that one has to resort to lies to actually make your point. We did not say please let them out because we want them to kill. We said keep them in jail. As I repeatedly said, we do not want them out like Bilkis Banu's rapist. We do not want them out so that they can corrupt heads of small children. We do not want them
was given by Supreme Court. Was given by the court.
Let her finish your point. Sumit, let her finish your point. Sumit, 1 second. Let her make a point. I'll give you an opportunity to respond.
Kindly, I want time.
It was the BJP government that actually let them out. It was the BJP government's home ministry that clearly said that Bilkis Banu's rapist and the people who crushed her child's head should be let out.
Talking about Kashmir. Let's not digress. Let's keep the debate from where it started.
Correct.
No, I will not be able to have a debate if they keep shouting in between.
Ifra, let her finish your point, ma'am. I'll get a response from everyone. Ifra, finish your point quickly.
National Conference is not saying that we should let them out like the BJP let out the killers.
यार,
Why are you making it about the BJP? Ifra, why are you making it about the BJP?
कितनी बार बोलोगे यार? Vineet, is this about Bilkis Bano debate?
No, it's not. It's not about Bilkis Bano. It's
What is the
definitely
debate about?
It's not.
It
It's
was the
definitely.
honorable court who decided in its own wisdom.
All
to
right,
give them
one
support.
second,
It was
one
not
second,
BJP.
one second. All right, Sumit, one second. Let Mr. Sharma also come in. Mr. Sharma, make your point. Mr. Sharma, make your point. We have to also get a reaction from Mr. Jamwal. Mr. Sharma, make your point, please. Mr. Sharma, make your point.
First of all, I want to tell them and remind them that it was UPA government headed by Dr. Manmohan Singh, Congress-led government, which executed this punishment, and it was the culmination of the Honorable Supreme Court's verdict. So we stand by that. But the question is, there is no question of compromise on terrorism or separatism by the Congress party. But these people are in the habit of dragging Rahul Gandhi down because they can't digest. But without Rahul Gandhi, they can't sleep. So the question is, it was Congress party which executed that punishment. And secondly, it was the Prime Minister Modi who went for dialogue with Pakistan. Dr. Manmohan Singh for 10 years did not go. So you are
Okay, sir. All right, sir. So you're taking credit that it was your. Sir, you're basically taking credit that it was your government. We all appreciate that, but that's not the topic here, Mr. Jamwal, sir. Mr. Jamwal, sir. We have a paucity of time. 1 second, Mr. Jamwal, sir.
What we say is that we follow the...
Okay, fair enough, sir. Mr. Jamwal, go ahead, sir. Mr. Jamwal.
He was found guilty. So
all right, fair enough, sir. Acknowledge. So you've made that point over and over again. All right, Mr. Jamwal, sir, react. Sir, Mr. Jamwal, react.
You see, even if you are there taking the moral high ground, okay, this was not about Afzal Guru, it was journal about capital punishment and this thing, and let us keep these people in jail. How much time? You see, we have had a number of cases here where such type of people who have transnational identities, where major crimes can be to get them freed from the jails. You know, there could be another hijacking, there could be another major incident. I mean, what are you talking about? Do you even understand what you're talking about? He's just like he's not a one lone wolf who will be just sitting in a jail quietly living out his life sentence and all.
Okay.
He has a transnational identity, the whole of international play.
Okay.
You don't even know what all can happen. Are you seeing the ramifications? Are you even
all right. So Ifra is back with us. Ifra, why are you making this about Bilkis Bano? You know, Sumit also mentioned the support that has been expressed by Omar Abdullah and his father also when it comes to Pakistan and China. Why don't you respond to that as well?
Why I'm making it's not just about Afzal Guru, because somehow when a convict happens to be a Muslim, it somehow becomes a natural.
Come on, now it is Hindu.
You know,
okay.
Come on.
Okay, let her finish. Let her finish.
Talk directly. There should be no capital punishment for Muslims.
Can we
No, come on.
No capital.
Height of.
One second. Let her make a point. Sumit, let her make a point. Ifra, finish your point.
Why do we have such panelists who just speak in between?
Please make your point. Let's not get into why do we have what. Ifra, make your point.
What comment on the quality of the panelists? Make your point.
Make your point, please.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Very gracious of you to allow me to
Thank you, ma'am.
So the first thing is that if we have, when it comes to national security, we also have people like Sakshi Maharaj accused of terrorism by the NIA, who's sitting in the Parliament of India. We are not saying let's put them and let's hang them by the nose. When I say we do not need capital punishment for anybody, I also said that people like Sakshi Maharaj should not be hanged if they are eventually convicted. So it's not just about Afzal Guru, it's also about people like Sakshi Maharaj. It's also about people like those who killed Bilkis Bano.
Okay. Pause. We've run out of time. Sumit, please respond to that.
I have 3 or 4 points.
Quickly, please. Quickly.
Bilkis Bano. First of all,
it's not about Bilkis Bano.
Secondly, Bilkis Bano was led by the honorable, whoever were the people, they were led by the honorable court. Amit Shah did not sign anything.
1 second, Ifra.
What are you doing, Ifra? Why are you speaking
Ifra,
over me?
1 second. Ifra, let him respond. Let him respond. Go ahead, Sumit.
What do you want? You want Masood Azhar here in the jail? You want another 814 to happen? You want Pakistan to do one more hijacking and we free more terrorists? You are directly supporting terrorists. You want one more Rubaiya Saeed to happen so that we free more terrorists? You are playing the game of ISI in Pakistan.
Ifra, 1 second. Ifra, we can't make sense. We can't make sense of what either one of you is saying. Ifra, 1 second. Calm down. Ifra, we can't make sense of what either one of you is saying. Just hold your horses. Sumit, make your point quickly, please, and don't scream.
Now, what should we do with Ajmal Kasab?
What should we do with
After slaughtering
rapists?
so many
What should we do
Indians,
with people
what
like
should we do with
Sakshi
Ajmal Kasab? God
Can you
damn
please
it,
mute Ifra?
or you have the audacity to tell on national TV,
What should we do with people
criminal
like
hai, to usko
Sakshi
phansi mat
Maharaj?
do. That is what
Mute
you are
Ifra.
seeing when
What
Muslim
should-
is the problem.
There has
Most
to be-
Indians, when Muslim is the
there is
criminal,
no
should not hang him.
compromise.
What do we do with Ajmal
What do
Kasab?
we do with people like
Ajmal Kasab
Sakshi
क्या करे? क्या करे Ajmal Kasab का
जैसे लोगों के साथ क्या
What should we do with Ajmal Kasab? Tell
What
me.
should we do with
Ifra,
Sakshi?
Ifra, come on. Ifra, what are you doing? Ifra, please. Can we please mute Ifra?
What's to say?
What should we do with
यार हद हो गई भी नहीं. This is
Law of
too
the
much.
country
This is
will
Okay,
too much.
all right. Let me get. All right.
What is this about, man?
Jasmine ji wanted to say something. Go on, please. Jasmine ji, go on. Jasmine
I
ji.
want to say only one thing, and that is that there can be no compromise on national security.
Can there be compromise on rapists?
There can be no compromise.
Can there be
under
compromise
no
on rapists, people who rape women?
Sir, why are you heckling
do you want-
everybody?
do you want-
Why are you
need
heckling?
to be not
Is it a
part of it?
monologue?
Yes, you
Is it a
want to go.
monologue?
Oh,
You are trying to heckle our voices on the national TV. You want perpetrators to go free and you want to heckle our voices?
You are setting the perpetrators.
Why are you speaking for each
No
other?
compromise.
Vinit, why don't you mute her? Yeah, what is this?
On national
Which kind of
security
speech is
issues,
that?
madam.
Next time we are not doing it, he's doing
There
like
has
this.
to be there is no way any compromise on national security,
Correct.
madam.
Correct.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.